Well, what did we just have pop off today on the heels of another successful video that we have put out? And I mean successful by a small channel like ours.
Yeah.
We were talking about video games disappearing in their physical form and everything going to kind of this digital space. Now, this isn't all the way related to video games. More the umbrella, I would say, would be all physical media. Best Buy articles started popping off today. Digital Bits, I think, was the first one to report on it, that Best Buy is doing away with physical movies as soon as Q1 of 2024.
Yeah, end of Q1 is March, guys. That's in 5 months. Put that into perspective. Yeah, you're like, oh, it's 2023. That's in 5 months. All movies will be gone from Best Buy, probably.
Yeah.
That's insane. So that includes Blu Rays, 4K, Ultra 4K, Steel Books. I know a lot of people are into like the Steel Book
collector's editions,
which is Best Buy exclusive, you know, for some of these, which that sucks.
And this is not just brick and mortar. This is their online. They are just done.
You're like, oh, I'll just get on Best Buy's website. Nope, they're completely removing it, dude. That's insane. I went to the Best Buy in our area today that I grew up going to, and I was like, I'm just going to check out the area. The movie section is one aisle. It's wild. They got a decent amount of options. I bought a movie. It was on sale. It was a brand new movie. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Got it for $12. Blu Ray digital download.
Hang on, I will add. What's that movie cost to rent on? Like,
oh
YouTube?
Yeah, you can rent that movie on YouTube digitally for $25.
Boom.
I got the digital and the physical.
We're not going to go down the rabbit hole of why this is bad for consumers, digital consumers and physical consumers alike. We'll get to that towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But you said as soon as Q1 of 2024, so I guess I interpret that as any existing stock will probably remain in the stores, but no like new orders will be placed.
That's why I think this movie was on sale.
Yeah,
they're just trying to slowly dwindle their.
Yeah.
And when I was on there was a shelf that was completely empty.
Yeah.
And in the movie section, I was like, what the heck? And then all the other movies looked terrible, like they were like laying flat, so it's like they didn't even have full stock on everything. It was like going in there. It felt really weird, you know?
You know, whether we need to run around with our hair on fire or not, I don't know. I think that's up to each individual and how they consume media and those type of things. But it's just a paradigm shift to think in 2024 we can't walk into Best Buys anymore, which they're struggling kind of anyways, I would say. But you can't walk in there and buy a movie for the first time in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Dude, and when I was a kid, I would go to Best Buy for everything.
Yeah.
I used to buy CDs there all the time, movies, video games. They don't even sell CDs there anymore.
Yeah.
But I would go there. So that would be my one-stop shop to get everything. It was such an awesome place. And then it's just like they started expanding the appliance section, the computer section. Now they sell phones.
Yeah.
And so all the other like physical media is just dwindling. It just sucks because it's just another hit. You know, and stores are going to follow.
I think it's worth noting, too, the Best Buy you went to, in my opinion, is the best Best Buy in town.
Yes, dude. There's a few other ones, but this one has been around forever. It's a massive store. I have some B-roll. We'll have it on the screen. With them getting out of physical sales, that only leaves a few other retailers that will have physical. You got Target, Walmart, Amazon, and Walmart already owns according to this article, 45% of the physical sales for movies.
Yeah.
So then you got Target, Best Buy, and Amazon competing for that, but with Best Buy bowing out, you got just Target and Amazon. And Target, if you go to a Target, their movie section's this big.
That's what I was going to say. They have like a four-sided pod now.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't be shocked if Target bowed out of the physical.
Yeah.
So then you just got Walmart and Amazon, and then eventually, you know, you don't want just two places or one place to buy things.
Yeah.
Because then that's just not good as a consumer.
Yeah.
They can increase prices. They can do all kinds of stuff that is out of your control. What's nice about having options is, this store has it on sale. I can get it for cheaper. You know, it ruins the option, and you might not have that store in your area too. So
that Target thing blew my mind. Before a 24-hour live stream, we wanted to give away a bunch of copies of the Mario Blu Ray. They didn't have it.
That's a brand new
like one of the big Targets in town. I was like, okay, what's going on? So this article doesn't mention video games, but you did get some footage because we're like reporters, boots on the ground. You went in there. Video game section is not looking good. It's not looking healthy at any retailers in our area, and we have heard some people in the comment section say, well, mine looks fine, but the majority of the comments are saying their video game sections are looking the same. The writing is on the wall. I'm not blaming Best Buy. I'm not blaming these companies.
No, it's not Best Buy's fault.
It's what the market is. If they were selling the shit, believe you me, they would keep selling the stuff, right?
But they're not. You know, because of streaming services and like Netflix, Hulu, and all this stuff. obviously, it's awesome. Convenience is super fantastic. When Netflix first came around, everyone was like, "This is amazing," and then it's
cut the cord,
and then it's slowly freaking expanding to all these other where you need to have all of them to access everything you need.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, if you have this one, in order to get extra content, you got to buy the add-on. You got to buy the Showtime add-on, and it's just like, okay, now I'm paying $25 for this, $25 for this, and that's monthly. You don't even own it. They could remove stuff.
It begs the question, I think, who cares? Why should I care? Why should you care? If you are a digital media consumer, why should you care? I think you still have to understand that you have skin in the game. This really removes a lot of power from the consumer. And, and these are the ways that I can see it. These are the ways that I do see it. Is one, censorship, okay? So Disney announced, this isn't about Disney, but Disney in like Australia is only releasing their movies moving forward on Disney Plus. So no physical releases. Physical. We've all known that Disney has then went back and edited things. So we're now
modifying old content to make it more PC, I guess.
Yeah.
So you're altering history.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you know, some of the stuff is like, bad, but you got to learn from it. If you're just erasing it, you don't learn from those mistakes.
And you wonder, right? If Kevin Spacey's the lead actor in a Disney film that came out 5 years ago, and Kevin Spacey goes out and pulls a Kevin Spacey, well, I think he was acquitted. You get the reference though, and they say movies off of Disney Plus never got a physical release.
Yeah, that movie's gone forever.
Number two is price control. So even if you are a digital consumer, there being a physical offering allows you to say, hey, I'm going to cut Disney Plus because they did a price hike, and I'm going to go buy the game, or the movie rather, at a store or the secondhand market.
Yes.
That is where this really hurts consumers. Is I think about, how many times have you maybe been over at your families and everybody's like, oh, I want to watch Home Alone or Christmas Vacation, or it's around Halloween and you want to go on a bender and watch all the Friday the 13th, all the Halloweens. A lot of people do that stuff. You're at a spot now where if you don't have all of the streaming services, you're not going to be able to complete that cycle unless you go into the secondhand market, which a lot of those older movies are out there in droves.
Yeah.
But for newer stuff, years down the line, what I think is people aren't recognizing how important this is in the moment. It's going to be like one of those 15, 20 years.
Oh, yeah. But that's why we're talking about it now. We're trying to get you, and we got comments on the last video we did where it was, we don't care, this doesn't affect me. I mean, it will, guys. Like, the ball is rolling, it's moving fast. Q1, 5 months.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. It just... I've been really getting into... I don't own any streaming services on movies. I do have Spotify, and that's a different thing, but I've been getting into DVDs. And it's so fantastic. I don't need internet. I don't have to pay a monthly fee. I can go into the secondhand market or, Best Buy, and I bought a brand new DVD, and I can watch it whenever I want. You get the bonus features. Sometimes you get the digital downloads.
Sometimes you get other versions, like theatrical cut and the director's
extenders cut. Yeah, I've been watching Alien, and there's like an extended cut. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And I can watch it. You don't need freaking internet. It's awesome because say you don't have a lot of money, dude, you can't freaking pay for all those streaming services. Yeah. Or say you don't have good internet connection, how are you going to watch it on streaming? You're going to want to get it physical. Physical's not an option. You're screwed entirely.
I think whether you collect piles of Blu Rays or piles of DVDs, you have to understand that things being controlled by a singular entity and you having no other options allows them to just... When does the buck stop? All these streaming services have slowly started raising their prices.
Yeah, they have all of them happening.
Where does it stop? I don't know. And not having that other option, whether you would typically use it or not, is where I think it's really important for everybody.
Yeah, removing the option is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're all locked in to digital, and you're locked in, and then they increase the prices, guess what? You're going to keep freaking paying it because you're like, oh, that's my favorite show. I can only get it digitally. That's what sucks. I have a few favorite shows on Netflix. I think you should leave. Fantastic show. It's only on Netflix. Yep. They never released it physical. So, luckily I binged that account, or mooched that account, but I can still watch it. But it still sucks. It's locked into that. And now we're down kind of to what you were saying, kind of the last of the Mohicans. Like movies, if you want them physically, that being new copies, right? You're looking at Walmart and Amazon. That's going to be it pretty much. Because Target's, they're right there. They're almost out. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. And in this Best Buy... They're the video game section, so this article doesn't mention video games, but I feel like video games are right behind. Like, it's going to be the next physical thing cut. Yeah. It's coming because their video game section is so small. I think it was smaller than the movie section if you put it all together. It's like little half aisles, not even full aisles for like, half aisle Nintendo Switch, half aisle Xbox One, half aisle, like, and then they just got a bunch of accessories, so like, it's not even games. It's just, it sucks, dude. We're heading for
a future where the games can be delisted whenever they want, when servers can be shut down whenever they want, when these streaming movie streaming services can pull content whenever they want, edit content whenever they want, and they have full price control, and there's no out if you want to consume that content.
Dude, here's what really sucks is like Netflix had The Office for the longest time. Everyone was like, "Oh, I love The Office. I'm gonna get Netflix." Then all of a sudden, Peacock was like, "No, that's our show. Let's start another streaming service." So it got removed from Netflix. So now it's like, "Well, I like Netflix, so now I got to get Peacock." So now you have two, and then it's like, okay, something I liked on Peacock is now on Paramount.
Yeah.
So then you just got to get all. It's just this rabbit hole, and it's going to keep expanding. Everybody's going to start creating streaming services. And
I think someday, I think most of you watching and us a little bit, we do stream things from time to time, but when that becomes your only option and they know it, that's where we're in trouble as consumers. I really think this should matter for everybody, whether you have bought a DVD or a Blu Ray in the last 5-10 years. I think it should matter.
I think it should matter. I think you need to start like just paying attention and being like, okay, you just got to think about it. What would you do in this scenario? Like, say you only do digital and they increase it so much. What are you going to do? Are you going to be able to afford that?
Yeah. Well, and at some point, the answer is going to be no. I'm just not going to pay that. Well, good luck. Disney, if they make everything only available on Disney Plus, guys, that includes Disney movies, Marvel movies, Star Wars movies.
Yep.
Where's it stop? Fox stuff.
That includes The Simpsons. That includes Family Guy. That includes it's just they own all this stuff. And then there was rumors of Disney buying EA, so then they're going to own that. It's just like. It's just going down a slippery slope.
Yeah. So we want to dive into this quick because the videos that we have done covering this content have done extremely well. And it seems that our audience is very passionate about this on both sides, right? Some people say it doesn't matter. The majority say this is not good for the consumer. And so we figured this is right in the wheelhouse. It is happening. We're not making this stuff up. This is case in point.
Yeah, it really sucks. So go out while you can and buy physical media. Go to Best Buys and get this stuff because apparently it's on sale. I got a great movie, brand new for $12.
I also think there's a part of most people that say, man, I wish, when Toys R Us closed, I would have went and bought one last thing.
Yeah.
This is your chance.
This is your chance to do
before
that.
Q1 of 2024.
Yeah, it sucks. And it's just going to keep, like literally, we did a video Monday, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
It's just, the hits keep coming. And they're going to come faster and faster and faster.
As Best Buy says, bye to physical media. Appreciate you guys tuning in, subscribing to the channel. We'll catch you right here on the next episode of Gaming Off the Grid.